Hello. I've got about an hour and a half to just basically explain to you just how good the Premier League is. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Happy face, man. How you doing? Why is there two of you? There's two happy face, man. What's going on, mate? Have you got a clone? There's two of you in the chat. So, hope you're all well. Like I said, I'm not going to be here hours and hours and hours today. Hey, Fat Henry UK. I'm just going to really just break down pretty quickly just how big the Premier League is, okay? And I'm going to really emphasize on the Chelsea-Brentford game. So first of all, what a joke, okay? It's hilarious. I was thinking to myself this morning, I wonder how many people did an accumulator. Hey, Lithry, with Chelsea, Man City and Liverpool. I bet so many people thought it was a gimme. And I was like, nah, one of them's losing or one of them's dropping points. They're not going to have that. They won't let all the favourites win. Most of the time, they don't have the top teams all play on the same day. They rarely do that. But more often than not, one of them will drop points. And I saw a video for Brentford. Oh, shit, I just nearly broke my lamp. I didn't look into the United game, so I'm not even going to guess. I'm not going to guess. I don't know. What I will say, if you remember one of my lives recently, you probably won't, before the international break, I told you all that Wolves would beat Aston Villa. I said, watch this. Villa's next game, they're going to lose to Wolves because it's the 30th game of the season. They'll stay on 11 wins and they'll stay on 3 draws, and 113 is the 30th prime. And I said that they would stay on 42 points, and today's date is 4-2. Pissed off at myself. I didn't post it. The amount of times I do this, guys, it's a kick in the teeth. 14 in the live, 4 likes for my birthday. Like, I'll do these lives. I said yesterday, Pistons win. Boom, they win. It's like when I'm just organic, I just look at it, the numbers hit me, boom, it wins. And when I overdo it, I said, you can go back and watch the live. I said, Wolves beat Villa. I'm almost certain. And I didn't post it, or maybe I did a few weeks ago. I don't know. And Wolves got to 49 points, which is all about Prince Philip, who died on 4-9. And Prince Philip's rituals are everywhere at the moment. So that is what happened. So Villa beat Wolves. But I'm going to focus on the game with Chelsea and Brentford. So it finished 4-1, okay? How often do I talk about 41? Come on. If you've been watching me over a year, I talk about 41, how Kobe Bryant equals 41. He died at age 41, played for LA for 20 years. LA gets you 41, Skull and Bones 41. The list goes on with that. And 41, guys, I've told you, if you watch my video about the calendar, 4-1 is a sacred number because, honestly, the first day of the year is April the 1st, which is 4-1. So happy New Year for yesterday. It's changed my life. Honestly, I feel that I'm working under a different frequency since I accepted that April the 1st is the first day of the year. I'm not playing along with their calendar anymore. I won't do it. And it just feels right. It feels right to start the new year in the spring equinox, baby, where life is taking place, where everything's growing. It's how it should be. Fucking winter, starting the new year in the winter when everything's dying or dead. No, thank you. I don't consent. So I'll tell you why Chelsea lost. Here, if anyone's interested, I know quite a few of you probably bet on Chelsea, thinking it was a gimme. You can't do that, guys, because it's not about ability. I know you might argue, well, how come it's always the same 4 or 5 teams in the top 5? That's because of the owners. It's to do with the owners and the numbers, why they're always up there. And if a team has a really amazing season, like out of nowhere, it's because of the numbers for that particular year or for the ritual that's going to be fulfilled. So the biggest ritual of 2022, you could say it's going to be Russia and Ukraine, the war, is the Queen's death, which is happening. I've done too much work now for her not to die at 96. So the reason why Chelsea lost today, in my opinion, you never know 100%, is this. Before I get into it, actually, before I tell you why, can we just set this straight? Okay? Let's ignore gematria for 2 minutes because I know some people are still not sold on gematria, which is fine. I get it. But Chelsea just won the Champions League the best tournament in the world after maybe the World Cup. They won the Champions League, guys. They beat Man City in the final, all right? And not shortly afterwards, they get beat 4-1 at home by Brentford, who got promoted from the Championship, and they got promoted through the playoffs. And then they can go to Stamford Bridge and win 4-1. And I did a bit of digging. I've not even posted this on my Patreon. It just hit me. I'm from England, and I was fully aware that the Queen has the right to claim ownership of unmarked swans. Okay? Basically, technically, any unmarked swan belongs to Queen Elizabeth. Who did Brentford beat in the final, in the playoffs? Swansea. Everything has a deep meaning to it. It's not ability of these players. Brentford, the team from London, beat Swansea. Swans. The Queen owns the Swans. It's outrageous. And it seems like any team truly connected with the Queen has a nightmare. Swansea missed out on getting promoted. Cincinnati, the Queen City, they lost in the Super Bowl. It's because the Queen's going this year. So, and that game was 2-0, I think. Brentford beat Swansea 2-0. And the opening goal was scored after, you guessed it, 10 minutes. As I have 10 likes. Ivan Toney, I think, scored it. So let me tell you why Brentford won today. All right. The Queen, I said she's going to die at age 96. Chelsea now in all competitions, okay? In all competitions this season, they played in the League Cup, the FA Cup, Champions League, World Club Cup, whatever it's called, Premier League. They're on 9 draws now and got their 6th loss, like 96. All right? And if you got the Premier League table and you look where Brentford are, you'll see that Brentford now have 9 wins and 6 draws, like 96. All right? You can check it for yourself. I don't just throw numbers out there. Everything I present is fact when it comes to these numbers. Obviously, this was a game between 2 teams that are based in London, where Buckingham Palace is, where the Queen resides. All right. Euro 96 was held in England. The final was at Wembley in London. Euro 96, guys, which was 30 years after England hosted the World Cup in 66. And the word Corona gets you 30-year difference. So this was the big thing for me. Queen Elizabeth was born on the 111th day of 1926, 111. Chelsea stayed on 111 points this season in all competitions. So I was like, that riddle's so strong. But there was something for Chelsea which was a worry. Tuchel, the Nazi, their coach, his upcoming birthday is in 149 days. And 149 is the 35th prime. And Chelsea could have got their 35th win of the season in all competitions. But guys, Skull and Bones gets you 149 and 41. And Tuchel just lost 4-1, 149 days before his birthday. This is not ability. And I want to get into Happy Faceman had Wolves. Good, mate. Hopefully you remember that I said to get on them. Villa are heavily connected to Prince William. Prince William supports Villa. There's a reason why Villa have a lion in the logo, just like England. Something with the lion. 3 lions, of course. Not fucking 4. There has to be 3 lions on a shirt. So, do I have an idea who'll win the league this season? Yes, Liverpool. I'll be majorly shocked if Liverpool don't win the league. I did a post about it on my Patreon maybe 2 weeks ago. I've got Liverpool to win the league. No. Crystal Palace FA Cup? No. Liverpool. I think Liverpool could take it. Crystal Palace will have a connection with the Queen who lives in Buckingham Palace. I'm telling you. There'll be a connection there. It's all Queen right now. If you're coding, guys, you've got to take into consideration the numbers of the Queen. See how Man City won today? To get to 73 points. And, oh no, they're doing some construction outside my apartment. That's fucking annoying. Not much I can do about the construction, guys. Sorry. Man City today got to 73 points. The word Queen gets you 73. Queen Elizabeth was married to Prince Philip for 73 years. 73, the 21st prime. He died 21st year, 21st century. So that's why Man City won today. I know they were playing Burnley, but they got to 73 points. And if you look how many points Burnley are on now, guys, when I'm doing this presentation, you should have the Premier League table in front of you. It'll probably make the experience a lot better for you. So I just told you how Man City got to 73 points by beating Burnley. Burnley stayed on 21 points, 73, the 21st prime. Philip married to Elizabeth, 73 years. Queen and Gematria gets you 73. Tom Brady retired. Well, he retired, didn't he? 7-3 in Super Bowls after winning his 7th ring in the 21st year of the 21st century. And then he came out of retirement, all by the numbers. So, yeah, Gomez, you'll see Man City on 73 points, Burnley on 21, 73 is the 21st prime. You'll see that. Liverpool got to 72 points, the Jesuit order number. They stayed on 6 draws and 2 losses. Queen gets you 62, coronated in June the 2nd, 6-2. You'll see how Chelsea now have 8 draws and 4 losses, like 84, and Prince Philip gets you 84, Jesuit 84, the Jesuit order 84, George Orwell's book 1984, Obama, born August the 4th, 8-4, people say is the Antichrist. Who knows these days? But again, Brentford got to Stamford Bridge, beat them 4-1. And Chelsea recently won. My friend tells me Chelsea, we're best team in world, Adam. We're best team in world. We just won the World Club Championship game. We're best team in world. All right, we just got beat 4-1 at home by Brentford. So you still want to tell me that the league's not rigged? Oh, we just had a bad day. Keep your mouth shut. Just stop with the bullshit. I'm not going to entertain you anymore. Okay? I've shown you so many times, mate, how rigged it all is. I've told you who's going to win this, this, and this before it happens, and you keep calling me lucky. Well, I'm not lucky. I'm not. I've decoded on my Patreon the Old Firm derby, Celtic against Rangers. We'll see what happens there. But if the team I think is going to win, it's all connected to Prince Philip as well with that. It's not a coincidence. Celtic's coach was born in Athens in Greece. Philip, born in Greece. All the COVID variants being named after Greek letters of the alphabet. It's a joke. Levante to beat Villarreal to get to 22 points. I don't know. Maybe, mate. I know Jota opened the scoring for Liverpool today after 22 minutes. That big satanic number. I keep talking about 22. It's a master builder number, guys. You know, remember the Jesuits operate in 112 nations. 11 times 2 gets you 22. Like 112, 11 times 2. You got to play around with these numbers. That's what I've started doing. I play around with them. I add them. I divide them. Like, the 73 is the best example with Philip. Like when you just use a variety of numbers to make connects, the patterns. I said he died on 4-9, which is 49. Okay? Died at age 99 on the 99th day of the year. Well, check this out. Okay? When you do a little bit of pi. 227, guys, is the 49th prime. 22 divided by 7 is 3.14. 314, March the 14th, is the 73rd day of the year. Philip married to Elizabeth, 73 years. And then you do the 73 with the 21, like I keep saying. He was married for 73 years. He died in the 21st year of the 21st century, and 73 is the 21st prime. He died leaving 266 days left in the year. Pope Francis is the 266th Pope. Kobe Bryant and LeBron James both drafted the 26th of June, 26-6, who are connected to the Pope. I don't know why this is going down the way it's going down, but it is. I don't know if Kobe and LeBron were made in a lab, if they're demons. I don't know. I don't know if it's all organic by the universe and they have been chosen by the universe, by the creator, or by Satan. I still don't know all those things, but I do reveal the numbers and the clear connections. For example, today, guys, there was a 33 with Chelsea losing. 33 is a huge number, which I discuss a lot. It's funny how this was Tuchel's 48th game in the Premier League with Chelsea, and they opened the scoring after 48 minutes, and they still lose. They opened the scoring at home after 48 minutes, 1-0 against Brentford, a team that's just come up from the Championship, and lose 4-1. I keep talking about how 2023 is going to be enormous, and 223 is the 48th prime. The whole Will Smith ritual was connected to the number 48, so it's all synced. So Tuchel stayed on 13 draws today in the Premier League, and he got his 7th loss. And 137 is the 33rd prime, like masonry. Like it's the highest rank of Freemasonry, 33 degree, Corona 33. Guys, I really wish, hand on my heart, that it was organic, that it was real, and it was all about ability, because I know how much joy the Premier League can bring and pro sports when you think that they're real, but they're not. It's all corrupt. It's all ritualistic. We need to stop honestly watching. I don't watch them anymore. I keep an eye on it. This morning I got up at 6:30. I coached a kid called Ian. He's Mexican, but it's called Ian, which is pretty strange. But first session with him, 7:30 till 8:30 in the morning. He absolutely loved it. His dad adored it. And I was like, this is football, man. This is it. I'm not going to tell Ian that he's never going to make it, because he won't. Not because of his ability. He's a really talented player, because he won't. Because he's from a regular family, as far as I'm aware. But that was real, man. Just going out coaching this morning. Then I dipped my foot in the swimming pool. Oh, Levante did win. They won, so they got the 22. Good stuff. All right, let me briefly talk about, somebody saying you're all mental. Martin, I'm not going to get angry with you, because you're probably new to my channel. And a lot of people at the beginning, mate, call me mental and insane and an attention seeker. And, oh, you put good numbers, but they don't mean anything. You watch 7 or 8 of my videos and you will not be calling me mental, mate. You'll probably be on my Patreon. The amount of people that have signed up to my Patreon and said, hey, I'm the guy who said you was an arsehole. Sorry, my bad. I'm like, no worries. You see through it. I'll be patient with you. So, no, we're not all mental, mate. Do you know who's mental? The people spending 70 quid to go watch a rigged football game, watching these muppets run around the field. They're mental. The people that are chanting in the stadium, or the people crying after their team loses or when they lose a bet, that's mental to me. That's people who are mentally unstable. So yeah, call me mental, go for it, mate. You don't know the knowledge that I have at all. So wait, Man United are playing Leicester now. So if United draw, they'll be on 51 points. And that's when the Illuminati were founded. So don't be shocked to see that game finish a draw. I don't know how long they've played. I have no idea. But just by seeing that 51, and I know how much Man United are connected to the Illuminati and Skull and Bones. Obviously, they're owners of the Glazers, who own Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who have the pirate logo. So that United-Leicester game, just from that 1 second of looking at the table, I won't be shocked if it finishes a draw, but I don't know how long's left. I don't know. I don't keep up with it anymore. Somebody said Man City are going to win the league. I disagree. I think Liverpool win it. I don't think Klopp's going to lose another game in the league. I'll be shocked if he drops any points in the league now. I would say your safe bet is just bet Liverpool until they lose a game. Just bet Liverpool to win until they lose a game. There'll be a couple of games where you'll get decent odds. They still have to play Man City, don't they? I would get on Liverpool in that. I don't know if it's at Anfield or the Etihad. I used to know all of this stuff, guys. If you know me, I knew everything about Premier League. I only look into it now to help other people win a bit of cash or see through the deception. So Man City stayed on 4 draws and 3 losses going into tomorrow, which is 4-3, which is the day we're told Jesus died, April the 3rd. So yeah, Man City was pretty much a gimme, but they weren't much value. Going back to Chelsea being connected to the Queen, remember that Chelsea gets you 53 in Gematria, and on 5-3, May the 3rd, no, what was it? The 5th of March on 5-3, they got to 53 points and got 53 goals. It was like 4 53s for them. And Elizabeth was coronated in 53. So look for Chelsea to win the next game, by the way, because they'll go to 62 points. And Elizabeth was coronated June the 2nd, 6-2. So let me see who they're playing. They'll probably stay on the 8-4. Look for Chelsea to beat Southampton away in the next game. You heard it here first. Chelsea to beat Southampton away, the Saints, guys, which is all connected to the Bible. Oh my God, definitely. Chelsea beat Southampton. Because they play on 4-9, guys. The 1-year anniversary of Prince Philip dying. That's done. Put your money on Chelsea to beat Southampton. I should write this down because I get so many picks correct in my lives, practically every one, and I don't post them. Chelsea to beat Southampton, April the 9th, 4-9, the 1-year anniversary of Philip Guyon, get to 62 points, and the Queen was coronated June the 2nd, 6-2. Nobody will say anything. All it's going to be in the Sky Sports and that is going to be Chelsea respond after humiliating defeat. It's going to say something like that. Tuchel motivates his team and responds in the best possible way, and they end up winning 4-1 or something. It's an absolute disgrace, this league. It's pathetic. It's actually embarrassing. The fact that Gerrard's Villa play City on the last day of the season tells you all you need to know about who wins the league. Yeah, and the fact Coutinho plays for Villa as well. The guy who's played for teams like Bayern Munich and Liverpool and Barcelona, and now he's at Villa, and nobody wants to question. It's all ritualistic. Again, don't be shocked to see Coutinho score against Man City. Grealish is up against the old team, the team he helped keep up. Chips and gravy, Jack Grealish. Hate that guy. Him, Mason Mount, Ben Chilwell, they're all gay. I think they all are on the England team, to be honest. And how's Harry Maguire a professional footballer? Can somebody answer that question? Like, how's Harry Maguire a professional footballer? Imagine this, right? You never know with rigged. I've not looked into it. I haven't looked into it. But the way professional sports works is Brentford go to Stamford Bridge and beat Chelsea 4-1. Chelsea had the strongest team out. And then watch Chelsea go and beat Real Madrid. They'll beat the Galacticos, but can't beat Brentford, the Bees. And let me talk about Eriksen at this point. I've been on Eriksen from day one. I knew as soon as he went down with a cardiac arrest, it was a lie. I knew. My soul tells me. I don't even need gematria anymore. I just knew. And Eriksen, he has a cardiac arrest. They say that he'll probably never play football again. I read an article that said he'll be fortunate to ever run again. An article said Christian Eriksen will be lucky to ever run again. And then 9 months later, 9 months, the number of completion, he comes back and plays for Denmark. Again, his return. And he scored. He scored 2 minutes into his return. Well, check this out. He scored after 47 minutes against Holland, yeah? To make the game 3-2. Well, today, he scored 47 days after his birthday. 47 is the authority number, guys. Talk about it all the time. I talked about it in my calendar video. I was supposed to have 13 months, each consisting of 28 days, and 4 times 7 gets you 28. 47 and 74 sacred numbers. So Eriksen scores after 47 minutes on his return for Denmark. And then today, he scores 47 days after his birthday. How it works in entertainment is this. You go through a ritual and you get rewarded. Like Eriksen faked a cardiac arrest. He gets rewarded for it. And by the way, it had to be a Danish player, didn't it? And Prince Philip's from Danish royalty. Like, it's a joke. And when he went down with that cardiac arrest, the game was 1-0 to Finland. 1-0, like 10. And he wears the number 10 shirt, born on Valentine's Day, has an issue with his heart. I've said if Elizabeth dies 520, she's going to die 1 year and 42 days after Philip, 142. What's Valentine's Day? What's Eriksen's birthday? 14th, the 14th of February. So it's a joke. Eriksen came on against Holland after 45 minutes, and he was born on the 45th day of the year. And rituals 45, like he partaked in a ritual. IHS is 45, guys. 45, the 9th triangular number. He makes his return for Denmark 9 months after his cardiac arrest. Like, I'll keep doing what I'm doing. I just wish more people access my work. Because what I do daily, like, I'm not being cocky, man. I'm revealing to thousands of people that all pro sports are rigged, all entertainment's rigged. Will Smith, look, he goes through a ritual, he gets his Oscar. You go through rituals and you get rewarded. What about Ranieri? He coaches Greece, where Philip was born, and then he gets beat by the Faroe Islands. Faroe guys, which connects to Egypt. It's just spelt differently, but it's what they do. They play on words. And then shortly after, he wins the Premier League with Leicester, having getting sacked by Greece for losing to the Faroe Islands, which is basically a pub team. So look out for those things when coaches or players go through humiliation rituals. Watch Saka or something get the winning goal in the World Cup final. The guy who missed the decisive penalty. Something like that will happen. It's what goes on. It's City at home. Okay, City at home against Liverpool. I'll definitely code that game. I'll have to check it out. It's 1-0 Leicester. Right, maybe United will come back and get a goal and get the draw. Who scored? Let's have a look at the timing. Might give us a clue. It's still saying 0-0 from... Oh, no, Leicester here. Iniacho! That horseshit footballer, Mr. 81 Iniacho. I've done a video about Iniacho. He's the guy who does this when he scores, which is Masonic Point and the tribute to Lucifer. Iniacho, did he do that when he scored? Puts his fingers up and looks up and he says it's about his mother. I think when his mum died, the year after, or the anniversary of his mum's death, he got like a hat trick or something. It's like, I wonder what he sacrificed for that hat trick. Did you know Eriksen's middle name is Daneman? No way. The fact that he's called Christian is just mockery. Mocking the Bible. And what about Christian Bale, who thanked Satan when he won an award? And that's on YouTube if you want to check it out. Oh my God, Christian's middle name is Daneman. And he's a Danish man. Do you know Eriksen was born in 92, which is the year that Denmark won the Euros? You know that? Eriksen born the year that Denmark won the Euros. My God. Eriksen's married to a bloke as well. Thank you, John. You keep it simple. You always say good vid. I appreciate it. Yeah, the Will Smith thing was obvious. If you haven't seen my video about it, I'll tell you why it happened on that day. There's bigger things going on in the world, guys, than entertainment. I do like doing the videos about it and discussing it every now and again to wake people up, but I wish people knew more about Agenda 30 and stuff like that. And who's running the show, who owns all the corporations, Vanguard and BlackRock. I'll do a video about all of it. They own everything that you can imagine, all the companies they own. I'll do a video to show you just how much power and control they have, these small group of people, and it's going to blow your head off. It really will. Yeah, Lampard does that. I think Messi's done it a few times. I think they've sacrificed people and they're like saying, I'm sorry, but it is what it is. I did what I had to do in the head. Yeah, Messi did it. Ian Nacho. Oh, I might have some nachos today. Ian Nacho, the guy who for a year, he couldn't get a sniff into Leicester's team. And then I think last year or the year before, he had a really good run, didn't he? I'm looking at the stats now. This is 2 Premier League teams in the top 10. And there's been 3 shots on target in 65 minutes. Why do people watch these games? Where's the action? Because all they do is they pass it, right back to the centre half to the other one, to the left back, to the centre half, to the keep. It's so boring to watch it. I'd rather watch a group of lads play 5-a-side where it's high impact and it's action non-stop than watch these Premier League. The higher the level, the more time and space they have. It doesn't make sense. The higher the level, you should have less time. You watch a World Cup game, man. Each player has about 15 fucking yards with the ball before they get put under pressure because it's rigged. I think it's more rigged at international level. If you saw the World Cup draw, scandalous. And I knew England would draw the US. I predicted that. And they did. Connected to the Illuminati. The draws are a joke. Iran. And who else are they going to get? I don't know. I'll look into it. It's tough who's going to get that final spot in England's group. It's funny, Argentina have Mexico. Obviously, I'm living in Mexico now. That'll be interesting. Argentina are definitely going to get through their group. Wait, United scored, did they? It's going to be a draw, I'm telling you. 66 minutes, guys, when the Church of Satan was founded. And why is Fred all of a sudden scoring? Do you know Man United's, oh my God, they're called the Red Devils. And they just scored after 66 minutes, and the Church of Satan was founded in 66. Why is Fred scoring all of a sudden? One of the worst, when I used to watch football, one of the worst footballers I've ever seen on TV, Fred. One of the worst football. He couldn't strike a ball. He was like a 4-year-old kid. Like, you give him the opportunity to strike the ball from about 10 yards. He couldn't even do it. Awful footballer. And now he's starting to score, isn't he? Fred the Red. That's the mascot for Man United, by the way. I used to go to Old Trafford quite a few times. So it's 1-1. It's going to finish 1-1, probably. That 11 will strike again. Fred just scored number 17 in his 100th Premier League appearance. Yeah, he's probably having a good season with a 17, because 17 is the 7th prime. There's been a lot of 7 riddles recently. Schmeichel, the keeper. No. Schmeichel passed it to Fred. Schmeichel, the son of Peter Schmeichel. And we've just been talking about Denmark. We're just talking it to an existence. So Casper Schmeichel, like the ghost, Casper, he just passed to Fred. What do you mean? Like, how are these elite goalkeepers doing that? Isn't Schmeichel in the top 3 goalkeepers in the league? He just passed to Fred. I don't watch the games. I've seen too much bullshit in these games where people, oh, well, it's just human error. No, if these players are getting 60, 70, 80 grand a week, they should not be doing the shit that they do. And it winds me up because I know the level I play at, and I don't really make errors in games. And these pro players who train every day make me sick, these scumbags, deceivers. You watch for fun. Mate, I'm not going to judge people who watch it. I can't anymore. It hurts my soul. It hurts my soul, the energy and time and money I invested in pro football. And it was my dream to become a footballer, and I fucking should have been if it wasn't all completely rigged and owned by Masons. I can't do it anymore. But I wasn't meant to be a footballer at the highest level, was I? I'm meant to reveal the deception and coach it. Premier League is a joke, truth seeker. Dayman was not on Eriksen's Wikipedia before. Really? Mr. Flynn, they've changed it? Oh, wait. Mr. Flynn, tell him your code. I don't want to take credit for this. Tell him about the last time that Brentford beat Chelsea. Was it 1939? Which is interestingly when Philip met Elizabeth and when the war was taking place. Didn't World War II begin in 1939? You found something, didn't you? Oh, Ryan. By the way, I have a guy called Ryan on my Patreon, and he came and joined me a few months ago, and he always did really good codes and connected dots, and he was a good guy. He still shares his codes to this day, and he's getting better and better and better every single day. He found something in this Chelsea game that I didn't see. Found it afterwards. Unfortunately, most people don't care when you find it afterwards. But he added up each single digit number of all the 5 goals, and it got you to 41, like the score. I was like, wow. I've done things like that in the past, but that's smooth, Ryan. That was smooth. I don't know if Ryan's watching this. It probably is. Oh, no, wait, where is it? I'll see exactly what he said, because it was really good. Where are you, Ryan? I can't find it, but he found a exceptional 41 connection. So we know 41's just so big, so big. It connects to 13. That game at one point was 1-3 to Brentford. It would have made a lot of sense to finish that score, but... All right, Mr. Flynn left a comment here. Also, it's great to see Eriksen running around like a gazelle, putting in a shift and banging in the goals, especially after his quadruple heart bypass and subsequent heart transplant. A real inspiration. Mr. Flann's one of the funniest people I've met in my whole life. Oh, here it is. Check this. Brentford's last win was in 1939. I told you that's when Elizabeth met Philip, where they basically supposedly fell in love on a tennis court. And 1 + 9 + 3 + 9 is 22. And then, obviously Brentford just won this game in 2022. Said Chelsea stats in the table are 117, drawn 8, lost 4. Add up those numbers, you get 20. So there's your 2022. And then Brentford stats, 1-9, drawn 6, lost 16. 9 plus 6 plus 1 plus 6, numerology gets you 22. Phenomenal stuff. We're putting this together. Okay, Chuck Chulo, amazing coder. He re-signed to my Patreon. Some people sign up to me, they leave, they come back. Whatever you want to do, whatever feels right in your soul. He said this, I do remember you, Chuck, and I've always thought you were a great coder. He said, I was also on the Eriksen ritual. 42 weeks since he collapsed. Today is 4-2. Oh my God, missed that. His birthday is 14/2/22. To the game, 1 month, 2 weeks, and 6 days. He collapsed on 12/6. This is amazing. Remember Kobe died 1-2-6. Remember Tuchel coached Paris Saint-Germain in 2020 in the final against Bayern Munich. And that was on Kobe Bryant's birthday. He lost that game 1-0. It was a French player who scored against them. Remember, guys, the Society of Jesus were founded in Paris, France. The Illuminati founded in Bavaria. That's where Bayern are. It's all ritual. The game was 4 weeks and 2 days to Gianna Bryant's birthday. Gianna Bryant equals 126. Or 4 weeks and 1 day, Brentford win 4-1. Kobe Bryant 41. LA 41. Eriksen scored in the 54th minute, didn't he? Kobe Bean Bryant gets you 54. Gianna Bryant gets you 54. So Chuck, this is what I'm saying. If you sign up to my Patreon, I'm not plugging myself. Oh my God, 40 in the live, 20 likes on 4-2. This is just scandalous stuff. So if you sign on to my Patreon, it's not just me. My Patreon is a family. There's coders on there who are exceptional, truly exceptional. It ain't just me. Am I the best? Who gives a shit? I don't know. Certain things, maybe. But I'll do a post. People add the comments. People do this. I'm going to read out what Ryan, oh my God, Ryan's becoming an inspiration to me. Maybe he should just take over my Patreon. Where is it? I want to read out a comment. He put it into words how I've been feeling for about 6 months. Because honestly, guys, I don't want any little kids signing up to my Patreon. I don't want these 18-year-olds signing up to my Patreon wanting to get rich and they can't take a loss. I want like-minded people who want to grow spiritually. Yes, you might want to decode sports, win a bit of money or whatever, but you just want to grow. You just have a real desire for knowledge. So Ryan left this comment and I shared it. It's quite long, but I'm going to read it. So thank you, Ryan. He said this, sorry, but it's absolutely insane the amount of bitching and huffing that goes on with people in the so-called truther community. I agree. If you don't have the money to bet, don't bet or bet smart and don't go daft. I keep saying that for 6 months. If you don't have an understanding for the gematria and bet, then you're doing yourself short. Learn it for yourself and then you have control for where your money goes. People get so wrapped up in who knows more. We should be learning off each other, and it's for everybody to know and have that knowledge. Know, guys, the first 4 letters of the word knowledge. We all see the codes in different ways, so it's for us to put together. I said this to a friend yesterday, that gematria is putting together the puzzle. So if you have a jigsaw, if you give 10 people a jigsaw, they all have the same goal. They want to complete the jigsaw, but some people might start at the top. Some might start in the bottom left. Some might start in the middle. You go about it differently, don't you? If people really want to make money with gematria, work as a team to help each other. If someone does a code, add in what you see. Simple. I do whatever I can for this community. I have done phenomenal codes, the best codes you'll ever see probably in sports. But I've been wrong as well in codes. What I could do is I could always put the numbers for both teams and say, hey, take your pick. I think this team, this is what my soul says. I think the numbers are better for this team. But I've also said, I love when people come back to me and say, like I said, I think Celtic win tomorrow away. I do. I won't go through the code. I think Celtic win. Somebody said to me, I'm going Rangers. I think that they're both going to be on 76 points. Skull and Bones is 76. They're going to want to take the game to the last game of the season. This, that, and the other. I said, no, I think Celtic. I've got too many things, but good luck. And then if Rangers win, good for him. And if they lose, I don't want him coming at me saying, oh, you should have convinced me to go Celtic, illusion. You should have told me not to go. No, your call, mate. I'll give you my thoughts. I'm not a guru. But when I'm right, I'm perfect. What score's this United game? Is it still 1-1? Or has it been another goal? And how long's left? There's 11 minutes left. Oh my! Why do I have to go check it when there's 11 minutes left? And I was born on my dad's 31st birthday, 31, the 11th prime, and I was born on the 11 days after the anniversary of Jesus dying. Holly doesn't bet. I think it's a good thing. Like my mum, the only time she ever bets is the Grand National. My mum bets once a year. I think my dad maybe bets 3 times a year, and he only bets on ridiculous things. He once, I don't know how he did this, ages ago, I don't know the exact year, he had Northern Ireland to beat England 1-0 and David Healy to score. It was like 90-1, and he won. He only had £1 on it because he don't bet big. And I was like, how did you do that? He went, I don't know, Adam. I just thought that's what was going to happen. So he listened to his intuition, his gut, his soul. He didn't do any decoding. He didn't check stats. He just went, I thought Ireland were going to win and Healy would score. And I thought if they were going to win, there wouldn't be many goals in the game. I was like, all right, Dad, keep it simple, baby. And he did it. And he didn't get addicted after it. It was like, yeah, that was fun. So I haven't gambled for 2 months. I feel so clean. Gambling can make you feel dirty. I really do think that. I told you, even when I was winning thousands of dollars, I felt dirty. I felt dirty. I felt like I was giving too much energy to it all. But I don't judge people who bet. Just bet responsibly and don't think you're going to win every time, because they don't make it easy. They don't make it easy. When there's money involved, especially when you can win high levels, high amounts of it, they don't just give you it, guys. We're a great family on Patreon. I think we are, Mr. White. I've done multiple posts, haven't I, in the past saying, guys, if you're just here for sports, leave me. I don't need your money. I don't need the toxic energy. And I lost a lot of people by doing that. It don't hurt me. As long as I have a steady amount of like-minded people who like to cover a range of topics, who are mature enough to see through the illusion of everything. That's what I want. That's what I want. And that's what I'm going to aim for. Whether I have 100 of those people or 500 or 200 or whatever. The numbers go up and down on Patreon. People come and go, man. It used to get to me, but I can't control it. And what's meant to be is meant to be. All I know is I put in my work. I do my bargain. I do my piece of the pie on Patreon. And if people want to support me, fantastic. If they don't, I get it. It's your money. It's your decision. It's your life. I'm here to raise my vibration. Good. I'm going to read another comment out here. I won't say his name because it's pretty personal, but he won't mind because nobody knows who it is. I'm going to read this out. This guy really inspires me, and he's on a whole new level at the moment with vibration. Let me read some of the things. Okay. It says, your video has definitely freed me from their spells. I know now they were using my birthday and my numbers to manifest their desires, and how the Italy national team was connected to me because he's really connected to Italy. It's over, as I know my real birthday and use those numbers, not only to make my life better, but the world in general. Today is the first day of a new life. That's how I'm feeling. Thank you for this. And then he said this, I woke up this morning, bro, and I felt like it was a new day. This is all about my calendar video. And I feel like a different person now. I've looked at the calendar the way that I look at it. I woke up this morning, bro, and I felt like it was a new day in my life. And not only this, I had an insight about my real birthday numbers. What he was telling me, that now you know your real birthday, you have found the right frequency into unlocking your success. He gave me an example. Imagine you're trying to open a safe, but you don't have the correct numbers. Amazing. Well, now you have the correct numbers, the right frequency, and you can unlock the safe. Another thing the universe told me was it's be unlocked. Unlock, blocked, and clock have the word lock in it. The lock has been removed. The trap, like the trap door. The universe told me that your birthday numbers are a gift. That's why we celebrate it. Oh my God, this is so good, mate. A gift to create your reality, and the elite no longer have a hold on you. Your birthday numbers are sacred and are especially for you. Mate, my whole arms, I didn't read this out loud. It explained to me how they stole my energy to create their reality, and that's all that is coming back to me. Bro, I've been awake for 14 years now, and I've never had a Patreon with any other truther. You give me the missing jigsaw piece. I've been with you for about a year, and it's paid off. Thank you. Oh my God, I'm nearly crying. Guys, I've got goosebumps on my arms. Like, changing people's lives with this knowledge is what it's all about. It's not just to win money. What he just said then, that we all have our individual unique numbers that are sacred to us, and they've lied to us. They give us things like Christmas in December, and people don't question it because they're distracted with the movies. They get week or 2 weeks off work, which they hate. They get gifts, they have dinner, this, that, and the other. Don't be celebrating the new year in the winter. The new year is in the spring, the equinox, guys, where everything comes to life, including you. Winter is difficult. It is hard. We need adversity. But you want to get through that adversity at the end of the year and then bring in this new life. Not the other way around. I know what they do. They fucked with us in every department, which has crushed our frequencies. I hope in my lifetime that we all see what I see, what other people see in my Patreon. That this world, people keep saying this world sucks, this world is evil. It's beautiful. It's freaking incredible. It's magical. But we've been living on the lowest possible frequencies. We've technically been living on hell on earth by being deceived by these con artists. Your grandparents, their parents, your parents, if you're a parent, your kids. Enough's enough now. I ain't participating in the way they tell me to live my life anymore. It's done. These people are actors, Diego, on the world stage. The world is a stage. And it's time to create your own character. Not playing the character that you perceive to be the right one for you within society. Okay? The world's... It's not an evil, bad world. The world is a beautiful creation. God is the creator. He created this world. And there's man or women, who knows what these inverts are, I don't even know anymore, who are playing the role of God because they've created this calendar. We're working on their numbers, on their time. And time, guys, basically dictates the world, the reality that we're living in. Everyone's always checking the clock for work, for what time's the game on. Do you think they had Rolex watches a couple of 100 years ago? I think life was probably better when they couldn't even tell the time. They just did what their soul told them to do. I don't think people were trapped working 9 till 5s. I think people literally back in the day, they were with the family, hunters and gatherers, sit around fires, all had unbelievable bodies, didn't need all the fancy clothes that people are wearing and watches and TVs and big houses. Didn't need any of that. They probably built their own houses. That's all gone because of this beast system. And guys, they want a new world order. They want a new world order. They do. They want it by 2030, which is in 8 years. That's what they're pushing for. And there's either going to be a grand awakening, or there's going to be a new world order where we completely just they're going to destroy us from top to bottom. There's 2 options at this point, and it all comes down to frequency and energy and what you truly want from your life and caring about other people. And I'm not just talking about your mum, your dad, your wife, your kids, your cousins, maybe your neighbor. I'm talking about every single person, even, weirdly enough, the sickos. Pray for them. Have a little bit of remorse. I don't know, but we're all one. I don't think anybody's born evil, are they? I don't think you're born evil. Something's happened in your life to trigger that. A lot of these kids get born into these sick-ass families, and there's no hope for them. Get abused from birth. It's sickening and sad, and I don't want to just hammer these people who've not really been given a choice in life. So we're all one. I'm not going to play along with being divided and separate myself from people anymore. I watch UFC tonight and try to break things down on my own. I wouldn't be surprised, in all honesty. Give it a watch, mate. If you want to watch it, break down the numbers. UFC is kind of easy, or sometimes they make it really easy. The recent McGregor fights I coded, I got them all right. But I just can't watch them anymore, mate. But I can see why people find it hard to stop watching it. It's all about self-discovery and growth. Money comes and goes. Happiness is within. What breaks the weak makes the strong stronger. Amazing words, Eddie. You need to go through adversity. When you're at your lowest point, you realize your true potential. When everything's going well for you, you do get complacent. You do get ungrateful. Of course, in your life, you want things to be going comfortable. And you want to be happy the majority of your life. Is that not the goal? It's hard to define happiness. It's hard to define happiness. What makes me happy might make somebody else miserable. You know what I mean? So you've got to find your own happiness, your own truth, but just try and raise the energy of people around you. Don't be around people that don't help you grow. Don't be around those people. It's not worth it. Not all fighters are actors, but money talks. You grow up dirt poor, getting knocked out for 100 grand or something is a nice payday. Of course it is. I'd get knocked out for 100 grand easily. I'm not obsessed with money, but just knocked out where you're out of it for like a few hours for 100 grand. Yeah, it's all a show, guys. The UFC, boxing, it's a show. The most entertaining aspect of it most of the time is the build-up. People know that. And then when it gets to the fight, it's usually an anticlimax with maybe one or two decent punches or kicks, depending on what you're watching. They're just walking around doing that, and they're swinging at each other, ducking, hugging, grappling. Then you'll get, oh, boo. That's why when you do get that punch, you go, whoa, because it's so rare. It's rare. You're waiting for that little burst of energy that you get when somebody hits somebody. We shouldn't be getting joy from watching another man destroy another man. We shouldn't. That should not be bringing us joy. It's sick. Would you want to watch two dogs fighting each other? No, I can't do it. I've never really got into UFC and boxing for those reasons. They're going out to like destroy their opponent. No, I'm not interested. Rolex watch symbol is symbol from heaven, but it also has the crown, which is connected to Corona and the Queen. Guys, people still wearing this around the mouth. It hurts my soul. I went for breakfast after coaching, and it's an open kitchen, so you saw all the chefs. And it was so hot in that kitchen, you could tell they were all dripping with sweat with this around the. I was like, oh my God, that is so unhealthy. That is so bad. Like, one of them looked like he was going to faint. But then he took a drink and he was like, oh, thank God. It's not right, man. Whilst the rest of us are sat down, like looking like I am, why can't they be doing that at this point? Come on. Yeah, boxing is a sick sport. Have you watched the World Cup mascot video? I haven't. Should I? I haven't, mate. I don't watch many things anymore. I don't, unless it really helps me grow. What else? Is any more comments? So yeah, I was really focusing on that Chelsea game just to show you that they're the world champions and they get beat at home by a team that just went up from the championship. Like that's enough. Enough's enough. 3 penalties for Real Madrid. Really? The team that won 3 Champions Leagues in a row with Zidane. Benzema, the French Jesuit, 2 penalties. Of course, he gets the winning goal in the 69th minute, and the Jesuit orders 69. It's disgusting. These leagues are a joke. These leagues are a joke. So what are Real Madrid on? Wait. So are they still playing? So you're telling me that Benzema Looks like he scored the winning goal after 69 minutes, and Real Madrid are about to go to 69 points. Is this really what's happening right now? The Jesuit Order 69, the Society of Jesus founded in Paris, France. Benzema from France, even though he's Algerian. Looks like he's got the winning goal after 69 minutes to get Madrid to 69 points. Sancho missed an easy chance to keep it 1-0. Of course he did. Well, how long's left? It's near the end. It's going to be a draw, that game. It pisses me off that I don't share it. I do this all the time in the lives. I'm practically always right, unless maybe there's a goal. Maybe they'll get a late goal. There's a lot of drama. It's funny how it's called the Theatre of Dreams, Old Trafford. Think how much theatre there've been over the years when they scored last-minute goals all the time at Old Trafford. The Theatre of Dreams. It's all theatre, guys. They're telling you the name of the Theatre of Dreams. It's not real. If anybody bet on the draw when I said it about 40 minutes ago, I hope you won a bit of cash. I don't know what the odds were, but the 51's so big. But I'm not going to get ahead of myself, because if there's a late goal, I look like an arsehole. So somebody tell me when the game's over. City win, United drop points. Where is it finished? PSQ, by the way, is a phenomenal decoder when it comes to football. He strongly believes in duality in the Premier League anyway. Like, so for example, if Man City win, he thinks Man United will drop points. If Man United win, maybe he thinks Man City drops points. But the problem is Man City rarely ever drop points. Yeah, with the gladiator battles. Basically, guys, UFC is modern day gladiators. They used to go to the Colosseum, 2 guys fighting to the death. Now they do it in an octagon. Red Pill Monkey, this guy is one of the guys I have so much love and respect for. Check his Twitter out, guys. Liverpool and Manchester City are going to drain people of so much energy. Again, it'll go down to the wire. Yeah. Just like when Liverpool bottled it, when Gerrard slipped and Man City won the league. Do you know that literally when Liverpool beat Norwich, I think it was, and took that big lead, and there was only like 3 games left in the season, you would have had to put on, I think it was like $70 to win $1 for Liverpool to win the league. That's how big of a favourite they were to win it. It was pretty much done. League's over. And then they lose to Chelsea, then draw with Palace when they were up 3-0. They draw 3-3. Dwight Gale got a hat-trick because it was all by the numbers. Dwight Gale is shite. Is he in the Premier League still? Is he still in it? Dwight Gale? I don't care anymore. He was at Newcastle. Been at Palace. I don't know. West Brom maybe is in Championship. I don't know. I don't care. I don't even know why I'm asking. Somebody tell me with this United game, is it done? Liverpool's song, You'll Never Walk Alone, who walks with them, Satan. That's a great point. Do you know Klopp played for Mans, and that's their anthem as well, You'll Never Walk Alone, just like Celtic, the Catholic club. You'll Never Walk Alone, it's your 81, by the way, in Gematria, like Ritual. The guy who sang that song recently died in a ritual. I did a video, I think. Definitely did a code. That's what Gerrard said after that game. I can't stand Gerrard. He recently doing an interview. He always does the Masonic thumbs up. And at the end of the interview, he did a wink, which is the one-eyed symbolism. There's different ways of doing it. It's just closing one eye. It's just closing one eye. He always winks. I can't stand him, and I can't stand Carragher. I can't stand any of the top footballers. Carragher, guys, I remember when I was younger, really young, well, maybe 15 years ago, I used to tell my friends, guys, Carragher can't run. Like, how is he captaining Liverpool? He can't even run. He's like, he don't look like a footballer. Oh, you can't say that. Who are you playing for? Semi-pro? Edwards? And he's playing for Liverpool. He's playing Champions League, and you're going to try talk him down? Yeah, he's shit. Just like I'm calling Harry Maguire out now to be shit. Oh, but who do you play for? Shut up. I know the game. And there's so many mediocre Premier League footballers. There is. When you study the game and you can play it, the better you are, the more you see it, unless you're fully delusional. Just because the media said this player gets this amount of money and this and that, they don't get what you think they get. Ronaldo's not on $500,000 a week, guys. Sorry to bust your bubble, he's not. The more money that you think they get, the more you respect them and idolize them, because most people respect and idolize money. If Ronaldo's getting $500,000, then he's worthy of my respect. Piss off. They don't get what they tell you. It's all by the numbers. So it finished 1-1. There you go. Oh my God, I'm pissed off for my community. I had numbers for Brentford to win. I said in my live stream that Wolves would beat Villa, and I should have just done a little post telling people that United were going to draw. I didn't look. I missed the 51. But I've said that on my Patreon now, I'm only going to post codes that I love. I'm not forcing it anymore. If that means one day I don't post a sports pick, I don't. Other people can share theirs. I won't do it every day anymore. I'll only post when I feel really, really good. Because people are putting a lot of money on these games. It's their decision, but still never feels good when my picks don't hit. So I'm only going to post when I feel really comfortable. So yeah, today could have been beautiful. It is what it is, but I'm revealing deception. I've shown you in this live why Man United drew, why Chelsea lost, why Villa lost. It's all good, bro. Your work is more than sports. I appreciate it, mate. I've really realised that now. Christian Eriksen. Why him? Number 21. Oh, you fucking kidding me, aren't you? Something's just hit me. Something's just hit me like a ton of bricks, baby. I just told you the 47s with Eriksen. He came back from a cardiac arrest 9 months after to play for Denmark again. Okay? And he scored after 47 minutes. Today, he scored 47 minutes after his birthday. Guys, I've just realised this. This just hit me now. Eriksen wears number 21 for Brentford, yeah? The Jesuit number, which I've been telling you about. And he wears number 10 for Denmark. That's 2-1-1. I might have to do a post here. 2-1-1 is the 47th prime. And you know, if Elizabeth dies May the 20th, 2022, she's going to die 407 days after Philip, which is 47. So the 0 has no value in gematria. Wow. 47 degrees on the Freemason compass. Wow. Both England and USA want a war with Iran, and all three are in the same group. Yeah, all the groups are connected to wars, either the upcoming ones or previous ones, if you break them all down. It's a joke. Start studying the flags of these nations as well. You'll learn a lot. Like Argentina's flag has 32 rays in it and a sun, just like the Society of Jesus is. And Pope Francis is from Argentina. The World Cup finals the day after his birthday, where he turns 86, and Argentina won the World Cup in 86. The year I was born. Guys, I can't believe I was born the year of the hand of God. I was born in 86. When England got beat 2-1, of course they got beat 2-1 by Maradona's Argentina. It's absurd, yep, it is. Did you know Mbappe won the World Cup on his 23rd cap? He's synced up heavily with Jordan and can win the Champions League in 2023 with Madrid on Ancelotti's birthday. I knew the 23s. I didn't think about the 2023 with Ancelotti. That's amazing. 23 is the 9th prime as well. Remember, Michael Jordan wore number 23, and he wore the number 9 jersey for the US in the 1984 Olympics, the year he was drafted, the year LeBron was born. So yeah, PSG have a really good riddle. And they went out early in this tournament. Probably a ritual for them to do well next year. If there is a Champions League next year, we'll find out. How did you get into this? Good question, mate. Right at the beginning of coronavirus, we got put in lockdown, didn't we? So we were all a little bit naive. We didn't know what was going on. It was all new to us. And I was like, I need to do something productive with my time. What could I do when I'm stuck in my house? You can work out, 30 minutes, an hour. I was like, I'm going to write a book. I wrote a book, mate. I won't go into the whole story. People have heard it too many times, but I wrote a book about how society is an illusion. That's where I got my name from, the illusion. Wrote about psychology, the banking system, the pharmaceutical industry, the government, everything you can imagine, conspiracy theories. And then I studied symbolism, which took me to numerology, and then I finally discovered gematria. And that was about 2 years ago. And then I discovered Zach Hubbard, who's on YouTube. I learned a lot from him. And I thought, all right, if he can do it, this normal guy, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get really good at it. And when I put my mind to something and I say I'm going to get good, I get good. I'm that type of person. If I really want it, I'll get good. And that's what I've done with gematria. And then, to be honest, a year and a half, I've given my life to gematria, and most people can't. It has been exhausting. Like, I can't put into words how exhausting this has been for what I do. I had 7 months sleeping 2 or 3 hours a day, teaching, coaching, putting out content, doing videos, doing live streams, sleeping 3 hours. Like my calendar video, I woke up at 3 a.m. and then coded for 3 hours and then did the video and then did a live. Because it just feels right. I do what feels right. When you work in a 9 till 5 and you have kids and you have a mortgage and all the other distractions, kids is not a distraction, family is not a distraction, but you know what I'm getting at, it can be. You can't do what I've done. So that's why I gave up more than any of you know, maybe a few of you who know me as Adam. What I gave up over the last year and a half to do what I'm doing, it's like I had no choice. It's like I've been chosen to do this. I had no choice. I had to sacrifice this job, this house, this relationship, all of this to do this alone, to get to where I'm at now, where I can share this level of knowledge with people, the way that I do it. So can I teach you gematria? It took me years to get to this level. You don't learn it in a week. And you've got to realize or ask yourself, why do you want this knowledge? Do you want it just to win money? Do you want it to escape the matrix? Do you want to ascend spiritually? Do you want to get closer to God? Do you just want to reveal all the deception and see that you've been tricked your whole life so it doesn't happen to you again? Why do you want this knowledge? Is it all of those things? That's what it is for me. At the beginning, it was just to win money. Number one was to win money. Number two, then it was to reveal deception. I started getting angry and realized how much of my life's been a lie. Got a bit emotional there in my throat. That really annoyed me. Like, really got to me. And that's what took me to the next level. Now, my biggest goal is to help people and inspire people to ascend and grow and see through it all. So that's my biggest thing now. It was about money, then it was about revealing deception. Now it's about helping inspire other people to awaken. That's where I'm at right now. So some of the other stuff that really mattered to me, like decoding sports, I do it, I'm still good. I don't have passion for doing it anymore because it's so much bigger, this knowledge. The calendar video was good. A lot of people tell me, your best videos are the ones without sports, where I'm talking about, I don't know, semen retention or David Icke or the royal family or decoding, whatever it is. People love those videos or my lives, but I have to do the sports ones to wake people up because it's one of the biggest weapons of mass distraction in the world, pro sports, and it always has been. Liverpool going to pay us well versus City. Yeah, Liverpool will beat City. Yeah, don't need gematria for the game. I agree. Holly, you're awesome. I know you get a bit emotional with my words and stuff, but I speak from my heart. Freemason. Speaking of Freemason, Mason Greenwood's going to come out of nowhere and he's going to have a big tournament in the World Cup. So he went through a big ritual. I told you they get rewarded. Yeah, so Real Madrid win 2-1, 69th minute goal to get to 69 points, and the Jesuit orders 69. We're told man went to the moon in 69 on the 201st day of the year, and the Jesuit orders 69 and 201. Like, learn this knowledge. You see that we're being lied to and we're being controlled. We need to take our power back because we've given it to these people. Like the person who said in my Patreon, they've took my energy, my power. I'm getting it back from them now because I know who I am. I know my birthday. I know why I'm here. And that's amazing. Another guy left. Oh, by the way, there's a guy who just signed on to my Patreon. He goes by Rough Bastards. Phenomenal decoder, sensational. It's a blessing that is a part of my community. He sent me a few things recently that I read over. A lot of them I knew, but a few things I didn't. So this guy's going to help this community grow. Eddie just signed up. And he said he can't wait to start decoding himself. Where to start is the question. I told him to look into his date of birth, his name, and a few other things. And he said, your work is inspiring and I feel closer to the creator. And I want to elevate that. So the people signing up to me now are sending me these comments, not saying, hey, who's going to win the Champions League? Which is fine. It's part and parcel of what I do. But saying things like, I want to get closer to the creator. I want to figure out why I'm here. I want to help my family see this knowledge. How can I convince them to see this? Those questions, I feel like it's almost like a life counselor now. It's just I'm falling into that. I used to do it for free. People would call me up for hours and hours, telling me their whole life story, good things, bad things, crying down the phone to me. I don't even know who they are. But I was always there for them. But I don't have enough time in the day for that now. There is plenty of evidence. All right, where's your evidence, people? Watch all my videos. And it depends what you define evidence as, mate, because innocent people have been sentenced to life in jail for evidence, and then we find out that the evidence was actually not sufficient. Okay, so evidence, I don't know. All right, ask yourself this. Do you think Brentford just went to Stamford Bridge and beat the world champions and the Champions League winners 4-1 at home? Do you think you should be questioning that? Should that ever happen? Should the best team, arguably, in the world right now be losing to Brentford at home? Is that not enough evidence for you? If the Queen dies May the 20th, people will still say, okay, good numbers, but it doesn't necessarily 100% mean it was because Illusion said this. And it's fine. I think evidence is a trap. Where's your evidence? Where's your facts? Do you think everything they're giving you about these numbers is factual? You believe all of that because they throw some numbers at you? Probably do, don't you? Because they put numbers on a screen. By the way, where I live in England, or where I lived, somebody sent me a photo. You know the little button you press to cross the pedestrian crossing? There's a sign saying, do not touch this because of COVID. And then, so you got to wait for the little green man. And then somebody in my Patreon said, like everyone's waiting for the little green men now, the aliens. I'm like, oh my God, I never thought about that. That's a great point. He was asking people for evidence, bro, not you. Yeah, but what does he mean by evidence, Mr. White? What does he mean by evidence? Watch my first video all the way to my last one. I don't know if I've done hundreds of videos now. There's your evidence that our whole reality is being scripted. I know death in my life is real. We don't truly die, Holly. And if you're talking about this and they told you they died from that, did they? Is that actually how they went, or just what they told you? I'm not having a go at you, mate. I'm just saying, like, I always get asked the question, where's your evidence? Like, my videos is my evidence, and it's my truth. The word evidence always aggravates me. I don't like that word. Who wins the Premier League? Liverpool. First time I see someone saying Germany. Germany have the Hitler riddle. Germany have the Hitler riddle. They can win it 133 years after Hitler was born. Pope Francis became the Pope, 133. 6 score and 6, whatever it is, 666 is 133. But I don't know. Germany beat Argentina, didn't they? In the World Cup final where Götze scored the winner. Another final that finished 1-0. Scored after 112 minutes. The Jesuits operate in 112 nations. Mathematics 112. I'm still trying to figure out, did Götze know that day he was going to win the World Cup for his nation? Did he know? They're the things I'm still like putting together with sports. Guys, it's 46 in the live, 35 likes. Catholic 46 and 35. and JFK died at 46 and he was the 35th president. Hilarious. Somebody's saying that I'm rigged and that I'm a Freemason. I don't know how I can be rigged. What does that even mean? How can I be rigged? Can I be a Freemason? You can accuse me of that, but how can I be rigged? I don't know. What does that even mean, mate? What you saying? I don't know. Speaking of purple, people are raving on about purple. Why don't you look at the logo in my live? You've got a lion with the crown on its head and a purple background. The Premier League is deceiving you. All right? It was so blatant. Chelsea, the team sponsored by 3, got to their 3rd Champions League final and won it. 3, their sponsor, or was their sponsor, was founded on 3303. Like, what more do you want? It's a joke. We've got World War III, and the owner was Roman Abramovich, who's from Russia. It's laughable at this point. It's laughable. Chelsea wore blue and yellow in the final, did they? Ukraine colours. Can you decode JRE one day? Who's JRE? Maybe I'm sounding stupid there. What's that? What's JRE? Is it an operating system? Who JRE? Java Runtime Environment. That's what's coming up. I've never heard of JRE. You on about Joe Rogan? Oh, you mean Joe Rogan Experience? Is that what you mean? Ah, okay. Yeah, I'll call out Joe Rogan all day long. Again, when you go through your journey, you get led to Joe Rogan, and you think he's the be-all, end-all truther, and he's amazing. But guys, he interviewed Elon Musk, for crying out loud. Joe Rogan is controlled opposition. There's loads of images of him doing satanic symbolism. He was an actor. He's a CIA agent, is Joe Rogan. And he plays the role of average Joe. I'm Joe and I don't know shit, man. I don't know shit. I'm just sitting here, man. He's a genius, Joe Rogan. He knows so much. He has so much knowledge. And he plays the role of this average Joe so you can relate to him. I see through all of this. When you build up your spirit, you see through bullshit. I see through their bullshit. They're nothing but Satanists. Light over darkness will win. I did a song like that. Spoke from the heart. I see through their bullshit. They're nothing but Satanists. Alex Jones. Yeah, fuck Alex Jones. The puppets on the world stage, like Blue Sky said. You shouldn't be questioning just the puppets. You need to figure out who's controlling the puppets. You need to figure out who's behind the curtain. Okay? We can all go on about Boris Johnson and Joe Biden and Donald Trump and all these people. Who's controlling them? Who selected them? Because they don't get elected. Who selected them? Who's in the background that you never hear about them? I'll do a video and I'll tell you who they are, these corporations. It's all connections, guys, when it comes to the elite and entertainment industry. It's connections, it's bloodlines, it's sacrifice. It's not ability, talent, hard work like they tell you. I worked so hard to get this award. No, you sacrificed people for it. You took part in satanic rituals for it, and you probably have the bloodline. That's why you won the award. And it's all by the numbers. I was saying to somebody in a Twitter group, I'm rarely on Twitter. There's one group because really fantastic sports decoders. And some of them in that group, I try and stay away from it because they still believe in pro sports. They think it's all ability. Like the Grizzlies just beat the Suns yesterday, and Grizzlies had all the best players out, and they beat the Suns, who had a fully strength team. I don't know what's more embarrassing, that or Brentford beating Chelsea 4-1. I don't know. Or maybe what's more embarrassing is that people don't even think about it and just think it's amazing. They've trained us, guys. They've trained us to love the underdog. So when an underdog does win, we're all happy without questioning how the fuck did that underdog win. We support the underdog, don't we? The average person likes the underdog winning. So like when Greece won the Euros in 2004, nobody questions that their team was mediocre, League One level. And their captain, I told you, played for Leicester. And he got the player of the tournament. So they called him the King of Europe. Greece, guys, Prince Philip, born in Greece, connection with Prince Charles, who's about to become the king. Remember I told you how Will Smith was the Fresh Prince, and then he became King Richards, the prince became the king. And it happens in 2022 when Charles is about to become the king, because that Elizabeth is going this year. If she gets to 97, I quit gematria. If Elizabeth gets to 97, I quit. My channel goes. That's how confident I am. Logan, the dude from IMDb. Yeah, Logan, Hollywood guy. People seem to love. I'm not a fan of him. I won't ever watch his work again. People say, you should hook up with Logan, your knowledge between each other. No, Logan thinks he's on a different level, and I don't think he is. I think he's completely controlled, but I don't care about Logan. If you like him, watch him. Who's the puppet master behind the scene? Who's writing the script? What's their operating system? That's what I want to know. We'll figure that out. There's the 13 Illuminati bloodlines. I'll tell you, every major corporation is owned by the Vanguards and BlackRock. All of them. And I will do a video and I'll show you so you can see it with your own eyes. When you go on Yahoo Finance, you see who actually technically is funding these corporations. Like, you think Microsoft just own Microsoft? No. No, there's people that are chipping in money to own that. Groups, these private groups. And they own everything. Whether it's Amazon, whether it's fucking Pepsi, Subway, whatever you can think of. They're fingers in the pie. And nobody's ever heard of these organizations. I know I see my grandson quit breathing. I don't play along with this whole thing. And I never will. I'm really sorry about him not breathing or whatever. That's sad. What did he have? Maybe he had an asthma attack. I don't know. But I'm not playing along with, you know what I'm talking about. I won't. The whole thing's been a psyop from the first day, all by the numbers. All by the numbers. I think with coronavirus, gematria has been one of the best examples, and date durations, to see how everything they've done with it has been by a code. Everything. And I recently watched a video. There was a guy from Belgium, and he works in the media, and he was giving a seminar about how you can trick the public into believing in, you know what? You do this, and day one's so important. You have to really install the fear into them, and by a week into it, you've got them right where you want them, and then you start adding that people are dying, and then this, and then you throw out these percentages, and then you get. Then he said, "Okay, I'm going to use the national team. I think it was not the national team, a team in the Belgian league. Can't remember who it was." And he said, "Okay, we're going to say that the players are desperate to get this." Because if they see that the elite players are desperate to get it, then they're going to want to get it because they look up to the... He said it in a fucking seminar before it all happened. And I was like, oh my God, I'll have to share that video on my Patreon as well. Amazon. That's good. That's a good play on words. I've told you Apple, their logo with the bite in the apple is connected to the Garden of Eden. Taking a bite of the apple, and you can never go back, basically. Change months from 6 to 3, right? So, no, the months for me, if you're talking about the calendar here or something else, the year is split into 4 quarters, each comprising of 91 days. This is the second day of the first quarter for me. 91, guys, the 13th try number. It makes complete sense for there to be 13 months in the year. 52 divided by 4, guys, is fucking 13. It's not 12, is it? There's your basic math there to show you that we shouldn't be operating on a 12-month calendar. It's 52 weeks, 4 seasons, or 4 quarters. 52 divided by 4 is 13, not 12. Bro, I thought about the Apple logo yesterday. That's crazy that I talked about it then. All these young people start... Why is this happening? They're not being stabbed, mate. They're not. They're not. All these shootings, stabbings, wars, rituals, serial killers, psychopaths, half of them never existed. Like George Floyd never died. Oh, but the white police officer killed the black man. No, he didn't. It never happened. You just saw it on TV. No different to a movie. Never happened. No different to watching The Bill. if you ever watched that in England. Or what was the Law and Order or CSI? You think that's all real as well? You watch shows like that, that makes you believe that there's all these sick people out there. There's very few sick people. I was out having breakfast today and there was loads of people there. And everyone just, I know you're happy when you're eating, but the energy was just so pure. Like, I've lived in Mexico 8 years. I've never had anybody get in my face, never had anybody threaten me, never had anybody steal from me, never had anyone put a gun to me or a knife. Oh, but if you go to Mexico, the cartel's going to get you, especially if you're a white guy. Shut up. What movie you watched? Like, most people are good people. They're not. If they're on complete drugs and off the face, then maybe they do wild shit. A few people. If they're at the lowest of the low and desperate because society's crushed them, maybe. But I'm not going to be talking about, oh, did you see the people that got killed? Did you hear about that guy who did this and this? Yeah. Did it happen? Did you see it? My thing is, did you see it? No. Unless I actually see something sickening happening right in front of my eyes here, I don't believe it anymore. You'd like to move to Mexico someday? Mexico is an absolutely incredible place. I'm going to go for about another 10 or 15 minutes. Another reason I'm going live today is next week I start my other full-time job as a private tutor for a Canadian family. I won't be able to go live as often. People message me saying, your live's the highlight of my week. You're live, please go live. I appreciate that. I love that. It brings me joy. But I won't be able to do it as often for the next maybe 6 weeks. I'll still do it, just not as often as I've been doing recently. Yes, Holly, it's all about being connected to the right people. I agree with you. What's all these fruit and vegetables going on? Who's this guy? Purple people? He's sending me all these emojis. I recently did a post about emojis, which is connected to symbolism, which is connected to magic. Because all symbols, numbers, and letters have a vibration to them and an energy to them. Vowels are particularly important as well when we emphasize the vowel, the letter. A-E-I-O-U. Okay? I've told you when you put the full alphabet into the gematria, it's 126 and 2 ciphers, the 126. Ban him? No, I've never banned anybody. I never will, I don't think. I'll try and ignore him. But he's probably a little kid if he's doing that. Here, kitty. I don't know. If it's bringing him a little bit of joy, then so be it. All right. How can you stop being anxious about things? Somebody asked me this. Maybe it's the same person. Overcoming fear, not being obsessed with how others think about you. Think about how you can benefit, how you can grow personally. Take chances. Realize that that's how you grow. Do things outside of your comfort zone and overcome fears, and then you'll be less anxious. I know some people are extroverts and confident and can do whatever they want and socially really strong, and other people are not. But the only way you improve at anything is by attempting it. What are you anxious about? Like, what's the main thing that makes you anxious? Is it being around people? Is it performing? Is it your job? Is it the virus? Why are you anxious? Ask yourself, first of all, why are you anxious and what can I do to overcome that? And I'm sure if you type it in to Google, there'll be a couple of good recommendations about how you can overcome anxiety. Just don't take tablets. They might work in the short term. I would always avoid taking tablets for anything, to be honest with you. Gareth Southgate, the guy who's going to be lifting the World Cup trophy. It's funny that I have 35 likes and I'm 35 and Southgate retired at age 35 from playing for England. Yeah, don't be hard on yourself. We all have our own unique special gifts to this world. Figure out what yours are and share them with other people. The things you struggle with, unless you really want to improve, just let it go. Like the saying Frozen, things that are not bringing you joy or helping with your growth, just let them go. Let them go, let them go. I've never seen that movie, I don't think, Frozen. Screw Disney, Freemason. Got Club 33, which is the VIP area for people who got a Disney. It's called Club 33. What a joke. Driving license, want to try and get... If you want to try and get your driving license, then I would say go out with somebody first who you feel really comfortable with. Like when I learned to drive, I got taken to like a random car park where there were no cars, and somebody taught me and was really patient with me. Because I'll be honest with you, when I was learning to drive, I was apprehensive. I was a little bit anxious. Now I'm a fucking phenomenal driver. I'm a really good driver. I hated the idea of driving. I wasn't going to drive my whole life. Oh, but what if there's this? It seems complicated. What if somebody hits me? And it's so smooth. It is like, do you ride a bike? It's no different when you're driving, in my opinion. Once you learn how to drive, it's the same as learning how to ride a bike. It comes so easy. You just got to be wary of other people, though. There's some really terrible drivers and drink drivers, but just, again, get behind the wheel. The sooner you get behind the wheel, the better. Same with swimming. People who are so scared of the water, just jump in. There'll be somebody there that you trust who can protect you. If you drown, you probably won't drown. You've got to take chances. I'm going to go in the ocean today, I think, for a proper swim. It really helps build up my muscles. I go in the ocean like that, and I come out like that. Like I have 2 minutes where I look like Brock Lesnar. You're learning to drive. That's amazing stuff. You've already taken the first step by getting behind the wheel. So good luck to you. Driving tests are intentionally hard in England because they charge you to do them. So they don't want you to pass first time. So go easy on you. They want you to fail, so you have to pay again to do it. Very few people pass first time, even the great drivers. It's all about taking your money. The whole thing, again, the driving license is just this social construct. You shouldn't have to have one. There's all these license, all this paperwork. You need government permission from other people to tell you what you can and cannot do. It's a fucking disgrace. And enough's enough with it now. Governments and politics, it's not even real. It's all an illusion anyway. The whole thing's an illusion that we've accepted. Stop accepting it. Stop consenting. It gets destroyed. Stop going to a restaurant, everybody. A certain restaurant. Don't go. It closes down. It ceases to exist. So screw the government. I've had people say this, Adam, you can't call out the government. They're going to come for you. No, they're not. No, they're not. And if they do, screw them anyway. Somebody has a fake driving license. Be careful with that. Police will hammer you. The Masons, if they figure out that you're driving with a fake driving license, and if you do get in an accident, they'll butcher you. So I wouldn't recommend that in this beast system, but that's a personal call, isn't it? Oh, there's an Emoji movie. All right, I'll do 5 more minutes. There's an Emoji movie, is there? Let's find out when that was released. There's 2 of them. Of course, that fat prick James Corden was in it. I can't look at these people seriously now. Patrick Stewart. Okay, 3.3 out of 10 on IMDb, of course. So this got hammered. 6% on Rotten Tomatoes. There we have it. Release date for the emojis. 28/7. The 13-month calendar. 13-month calendar, guys. Each month had 28 days and 7 days in a week. The 287 is huge. This stupid movie was released 28/7. 28, the 7th triangular number, the sum of 56. There's a third one, is there? Of course there's a third one. Of course there's a third one. Emoji movie came out in 2017, 217, like Michael Jordan's birthday. Leaving 317 days left in the year, the 66 prime. Yeah, I'm done with these people, guys. These emojis, there's so much power and energy to them. Oh my good. Guys, there's a yellow emoji. You can check this out yourself. There's a yellow emoji doing this. And doing the all mocking tongue and the one-eyed symbolism. And behind him, is this serious right now? Guys, can you confirm this for me? Is there a devil emoji? I've just seen a red emoji that looked like a devil. Is this correct? Is there, in the movie, is the devil emoji that's red? I thought the devil was purple in the emojis. Tobin, Happy New Year, mate. I love you to bits, mate. You're a good guy. You're one of the few people that when you send me a message, makes me smile. Blue skies in the dark city. Oh, somebody wanted me to decode Batman. I'll do that because I am interested in that movie because I loved Joker since I was a kid. Yeah, it's the devil. I'm just going on the images for Emoji movie. There's one, a yellow one with coiffed hair going like that, and behind him there's the devil doing that. So they're even doing symbolism, one-eyed symbolism in the Emoji movie, man. Like the peach, guys. Like the peach and there's the peach that looks like an ass, like a Kardashian's ass. And then you got the aubergine, which looks like a penis. Like they're even sexual, a lot of these emojis. The water one gets used for multiple things, as you know. Go from Cancer to Aries. I need to figure out, am I still, if there's 13 now constellations, zodiacs, does that change mine? Or am I still Aries? And then the 13th one was the one that I was talking about, which is connected to the serpent. Am I still a ram? I believe I'm a ram. The way I am, like, you don't want to fuck with me if I get angry. I'll charge at you. Love your energy and telling truth into our minds. Thank you, Patrick. There's very few people doing what I'm doing that really care about the community and the world of speaking truth. And again, it's hard to define truth. What is it? You got to find it from within. But I do believe I do a really good job at revealing deception. Guys, when you watch the mainstream media, it's all owned by the same people. So they're repeating the same information. That's why you can watch these videos where there's like 15 different anchors saying the same thing. They're just programming you because we do get programmed, guys. Our brain is like stores memory, doesn't it? We get programmed. We like walking, talking computers, but with emotions. I always say that. We're computers with spirits. We're far closer to being computers than you realize. The way we operate, the operating system of a human being and a computer is so similar. But we have a spirit, and that's why we're going to beat AI. That's why we're going to beat those who've given their spirit and soul to Satan, because they have. Laugh it off as much as you want, but they've told you multiple times they've sold the soul to Satan, and they wish they never did. Loads of celebs. I could do a video about that. I know there's at least like 10 that have come out and said they sold the soul to Satan, and they never get it back. I could do that. The YouTuber Professor Buller Smith also has great breakdown for the Emoji movie and the reason why they programmed the emotionless emoji. All right, let me check this guy out. Maybe I can share his work. Again, someone recently said I never share other people's work. Like every other day, I share other people's work. It's outrageous. So I'll check it out, but not today. Well, maybe today, but after this, might have to decode one game in the NBA for my community. And I'm going to relax and have a bit of time for myself. Because next week's going to be off the charts busy for me. You see numbers, I see programming. AI has us. Yeah, imagine if the World Cup final is Denmark, but it's not going to be. They won't do that. But well, first of all, let's talk about the Ukraine if they get there. Okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Are the Ukraine there now? No. So if it's Denmark Ukraine, it'll be a joke. But I don't think it's going to be two teams from Europe. I think there'll be a South American team against a European team with the numbers that I've put together. I don't think it'll be two European teams. But again, this is Adam the illusion. I don't know for a fact. I'm not speaking in facts here. That's why I often say I think. There's no LGBTQ emoji. I'm sure there will be soon. Anchor equals Archon. That's a really good anagram. Never thought about that. Bro, it's so many more than 10. You could find at least 10 that thank Satan. That's true. Christian Bale thanks Satan. Lady Gaga said, I swear to Lucifer. There's loads. Bob Dylan said he sold his soul to the devil. The Beatles always did that. My friend Gabby, who's from England but lives in San Francisco, he wants me to decode the Beatles. The Beatles' career and the album covers and Paul McCartney and John Lennon, that could go on forever. I've said I would not be shocked if John Lennon was Steve Jobs. Google it. I think it's exciting, Mr. White, that we're seeing a lot as well. Whatever happens in our lifetime, at least we've seen the light. You know what I mean? However bad it may get, we've seen the light. We've seen through the deception. And nobody will ever take that away from us. Just hopefully by seeing this light and sharing it with others, then we can live a life of love and light going forward, rather than a life of darkness and being, what did Orwell say? You'll be like a boot in your face for the rest of your life. I'd grab that boot and I'd snap the ankle if somebody tried to put a boot in my face for the rest of my life. I'd snap the fucker's ankle. Spit on his boot if he tried that. Is Boris Johnson a real person? Yes, but I think Boris Johnson's related to Trump. They were both born in New York. They're both buffoons. They look very similar. I think Boris Johnson's female, but they all are. They're all inverted in politics and entertainment. Is he real? Yeah. I think the Queen right now, I won't be shocked if she's not. If it's all CGI at the moment with her, probably already gone. But I'll definitely check out that guy, Professor guy, whatever he's called. 73,000 subs. That's amazing for him. At what point does a person become a shill? Is it 1 million? Is it 100,000? Is it 10,000? That's a lot of subs if he's revealing deception. But good for him. Good for him. Yeah, I read Boris Johnson's Matt Lucas, the guy from... what was it called? Oh, what was the show? Where they dress as women and stuff like that. I forgot, but he was in Shooting Stars. He starred in a show with David Walliams, who's also a massive, massive Mason. Little Britain, was it? Little Britain, guys. And then there's a lot of rumours going around that Matt Lucas is Boris Johnson, who's the Prime Minister of England, which is in Britain. It won't shock me, yeah, because they play multiple roles. And George Dawes, whatever his name is, Matt Lucas, he is a phenomenal actor. And he's shown in Little Britain that he could play multiple roles. He played about 10 different characters in Little Britain. So, yeah, it wouldn't shock me. There's not many of them really running the show. They've managed to somehow get complete control, just a small group of them. It's not how many people, it's how much influence they have. It's not always the number, because if it was the number, 99% of the world would have already destroyed this 1% who are controlling us. But the sad thing is 99% of the world are not aware that they're being controlled by the 1%. And I'm trying to change that. Whether I do it for another year, another month, another 10 years, for my whole life, I'm going to try and help people see that. So my birthday would be 3/27/1969, right? Well, I don't know. Yeah, actually. Yeah. Yep. Johnson is Lucas. Look into their partners, ex-partners. Okay, it looks like it's funny how it's Boris Johnson and then you have the Johnson & Johnson vaccination as well. I'm just over these people, guys. They need to be brought down. They need to be brought down. All right, so you're born 6/27/1969 by their calendar. So, yeah, then, yeah. Remember, there'd be that extra month, which was for the soul after the sun. Yeah, that's right. I just know that I'm April, so I'm born in the first month of the calendar year, not the 4th, the 1st. That's all I know. And my apartment is number 1. And I was born in the 14th day of the year. I've said this. The 14th day of the year I was born, not the 104th. I'm not playing along with the calendar. I won't do it. And that's my decision. That's my decision. B. Johnson scored today. Oh my God. B. Johnson. Who for? Who for? They do mock us in plain sight, and I've had enough of it. That's why I'm trying to mock them now. Is it Bradley Johnson? Plays for Blackburn. Let's have a look if he scored today. B. Johnson. It must be another guy. Blackburn drew 2-2 though, another 22. My God. So, oh my God. Coventry. Like, imagine this, right? I've just seen this now. So Blackburn played Coventry today. Coventry, where William Shakespeare was from, where the first man to get vaccinated was called William Shakespeare from Coventry. Played Blackburn, right? Imagine you had an accumulator. I've just seen this now. Blackburn took a 2-1 lead after 82 minutes. So you're probably laughing. Coventry equalised after 99 minutes. Imagine you had Blackburn on your accumulator and then they conceded after 99. How many times has that happened to people, do you reckon? So many. It happened to me many times before I knew gematria. And back when you couldn't cash out, like, you know, when you, back in the day, you went to the bookies, you'd write the thing, it's kind of fun, they print off your ticket, you couldn't cash out like you can online now. The amount of times I got fucked over by a 95th minute equaliser. And it ruined my evening. Because I'd be like, all right, okay, this hacker's going to win me 70 quid. That pays for my night out and my doner kebab and my taxi. And then boom, shit, I'm actually down a £5 for the day. Back in the day, a £5 was a lot of money when you were a student. And it crushed me. That's what it did. So it was taking my energy even back then, gambling, even though I only did it once a week, every now and again on a Saturday. I never betted like Champions League, midweek, other sports, American sports. Just maybe once a week I did like a £5 bet. Always a stupid accumulator as well, like 7-teamer, which is just ridiculous. I deserve to lose. Only team with Ukraine colours in UCL is Villarreal. The Yellow Submarine. You might want to look into the Beatles because they had a song called The Yellow Submarine. Villarreal, Liverpool. Can they meet? So obviously the Beatles were from Liverpool and they sung Yellow Submarine. Villarreal just beat the Red Devils Man United in the Europa League final. Are they really? Unai Emery, he coached in England for Arsenal. They have a sniff, don't they? Anyone left in it at this point has a sniff. They just knocked out Juventus comfortably. I'm saying if they still are signed to, they've fucked with our frequencies. That's disconnected us from each other. And then they've created a beast system that's all about divide and competition instead of uniting and helping each other. Some ways, yes, we work together, but in many ways, it's dog eat dog. The society is dog eat dog. Trying to get as high as you can, but there's a glass ceiling for people like us. People trying to achieve the goal of the elites that they can, because you have to be born into it. So people just pushing themselves to get to a certain level that they're never going to get any higher. The 95th minute ones, they are real killers, aren't they? They hurt your soul. Order Abko, 82. The 82 is one of the reasons why I believe Celtic are going to beat Rangers. Because if they win the next 2 games, they'll finish on 82 points. All right. When did World War I begin? Let me just check something. I can't believe World War I, guys, ended 11/11. And if Elizabeth dies, when I say she dies 1 year, 1 month, and 11 days after Philip, 11/11. And oh my God, how did I miss this, guys? The 13-month calendar, 28 days, 7 days in a week. And World War I began 28/7. Oh my God, how have I missed that? I'm going to do 2 more minutes. I'm getting tense. I have a bit of time for myself. Told you, I do so much work. Has the universe blessed you? Yes. Yes, it has, because I believe in the universe now. I believe in the numbers. I believe in God. I believe in energy. I believe in helping my fellow man. So, yes. Has the universe blessed me? Yes, without me being aware of it. I've said what? Did I do a live maybe over a year ago saying, was I chosen for this? And I meant it. And I'd say, was I the chosen one? Which is very different. I said, was I chosen for this? And yes, I was. I was chosen to do this, whether I want to do it or not. It's like I don't have a choice. I said, I don't feel like I have a choice. I want to do it. It's within me now. I didn't go searching for this. It came to me, really, organically. And now I'm doing what I'm doing. And I'm just answering the call, baby. I'm just answering the call. Yeah, abdicao, order abdicao is order out of chaos in Latin. Yep. Villarreal play Arsenal in the semi back then. Yeah, and then he goes on to coach Arsenal. It's scandalous, guys, how it's all being done. It's not ability. If Ukraine colours hit for the ribbons, Villarreal 47, UCL final can be their 47th game. Unai Emery born 3/11. Wow, so he was born on coronavirus being declared a pandemic, the anniversary. Well, not the anniversary. Maybe they get to the final. Maybe they get to the final, mate, and get beat by Liverpool. Liverpool have great numbers. At the very beginning, I said Bayern. Like, I had loads of stuff for Bayern. I still do. But this riddle for Liverpool, man, to not lose for the rest of the season is pretty good. Jeff Stelling is in the live. Unbelievable, Jeff. They're a Hartlepool fan. I remember scoring a screamer of a goal against Hartlepool when I played for Bradford City, the younger team. A really good goal against Hartlepool. I think they were playing blue and white, don't they? It's fucking freezing as well. It's a great strike, half volley. I saw Boris do an interview outside Morrison's when he was mayor. Before cameras rolled, he turned his back, ruffled his hair, and made it uneven and untucked half of his shirt. It's all theatre. Wow. My mum even hates Boris Johnson, and my mum hates. It's very hard for her to get angry about anything. She says he's a clown with his scruffy hair. She calls him an attention seeker. So my mum even sees through Boris Johnson. The whole thing with these politicians, it's like Spitting Image. If you've never seen that show, check it out. They're just puppets and muppets. Moving their head like that. That's all these people are. They're not like people, but they're Eton educated. They went to Cambridge. Like, all this shit that you hear, it means nothing. They don't learn half the shit we get taught. They don't get indoctrinated by these colleges, these elite colleges. People fall for it, man. Like, they're really academically intelligent because they studied here. Did they, though? Like, they can pass, they can come out with first. It doesn't matter. They don't have to put work in. They fucking own these schools. Thank you, brother. So much hope. You have a wonderful week, brother. Same to you, Holly. Love you too. I don't feel weird saying that anymore either, telling people I love them or I don't know. Because I looked up the word friendship and it means mutual affection. It means mutual affection. So you don't even have to technically have met the person to have a mutual affection for them. So yeah, I looked into the word friendship or friend. I mean, he's born 3rd of November. Villarreal would face Liverpool in the semis, or would they? In my opinion, it's City Villarreal final. No, none of us know. If it is that, mate, big shout out to you. If that happens, do you think Villarreal win? Do you think they'll beat Man City? Beat another Manchester team in a major European final? I don't know. All right. I got 1 more minute. Yeah, they're groomed. Lady Hawk, they're groomed. They're selected. Some say from birth. That's why a lot of them say I was born to do this. Lady Gaga said I was born this way or whatever it is. Did the Jesuit order write every religious book? I can't answer that. I think they've infiltrated every religious book. I think people believe in, without being mean here, to know a lot of people believe in the Bible 100%. I think you need to stop waiting for Jesus to come and save you. And I think he's within you. It's within all of us, the consciousness. So I would say that I think they've tricked us with Jesus is going to come and save us, for us to wait for somebody to come rather than us take action now. That's where I think they're fucking with us. That's my personal opinion. I'm not saying Jesus didn't exist. I'm just saying stop waiting for him to come back. What a joke you are. What's your even name, mate? Yes, the source within. Christ is consciousness. Jesus said, Christ is within me. I always say that. I never said I'm Jesus, mate. I didn't say I'm Jesus. I said Jesus, God is within each and every one of us. We're all connected to him, to source, to the source, which is connected to energy. So everything in this world is energy and frequency and vibration. Study Tesla, what he said. I'm not saying I am Jesus. I'm not saying I am God. I'm saying that God and Jesus is within us. We shouldn't be waiting for Jesus to just appear and save the day. I don't think that's how it's going to work. I could be wrong. Part of me hopes I'm wrong. But I'm not going through my life waiting on other people, whether real or fictional characters, to save me. I'll save myself. I'll find myself. The only person that can truly find themselves is yourself. Can't wait for somebody else to find you. You have to find yourself. And when you find yourself, all the things that matter in life end up finding you. You connect. You connect to the universe. You start seeing the numbers. You start seeing what's pure and what's real and what matters. And all the other stuff, all the illusion of society, you just start seeing through it all and everything becomes clear. Crystal clear. So again, I never once said, I get so many accusations like nonsense, like this clown. I never said I was Jesus. Never. My God. Do you think people go somewhere else after life? Yes, I think there's different realms. I think you can ascend. I think you can go down. I think you can reincarnate back here. I think everything's a spiritual journey. It's all about spiritual growth and looking to ascend and getting closer to God. I don't think you ever truly die. I think the more you ascend, the closer you get to God, and then the more your reality becomes a more beautiful one. I think where we're living right now could be hell. This system is run by Satanists. We could be living in hell right now. Seriously. You are the hero. I'm not a hero, mate, but I appreciate you saying that. I'm not a hero. I'm just doing what I'm doing. But I appreciate that. If the Bible was changed, they would have left it in the schools and not changed it with the evolution theory. Well, they've taken Bibles out of schools, like you said. They've taken Bibles out of schools. You've got to ask yourself why. You've got to ask yourself why they hate Jesus when you study this stuff. They hate Jesus and God with a passion. They mock him. That's why the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, remember, Satan is the Prince of Air, slapped Chris Rock, Christ the Rock. That was basically Satan slapping Jesus. When you study and learn the symbolism and what they do, these fictional names that they're given, okay? Fictional names, because these people know that when we're born, you get these fictional names. They're not real. People don't get too attached. These celebrities, that's why they all go by alter egos or whatever. A lot of them don't go by that. Like Snoop Dogg, you think he was born Snoop Dogg or Tupac? It don't mean shit. It don't mean shit. I think the holy books have either been infiltrated or there's been other books that have been hidden from us, like the Book of Enoch and things like that. They have access to sacred knowledge. They've hid it from us, and then through their additional knowledge, they've fucked with us rather than trying to help us grow. So I say find the truth from within, because you're not going to find it from them. You're not going to find it from a book. You'll find the truth from within, not from a book. Not from a book, in my opinion. It's within you, the truth. And you've got to search really deep and dig very deep, because most of your life has been a lie. You got to dig through the lies to find the truth. Do you think death is painful? Yes. Depending on how you die, yeah. But I think there might be a moment where I've watched videos recently. My mate Red Pill Monkey told me about near-death experiences, NDEs, and how the people who nearly died said it was the most peaceful they've ever felt in their whole lives, and they didn't even want to come back. But before they were so scared of death, but when they saw this light or whatever it is, they didn't want to come back. Somebody said they saw their mother, like they were literally with their mother, and she's like, "I love you so much," and the mother was like, "I know, you don't have to tell me." And she realized that her mother's never left her, and she said she didn't want to come back, but her ego had completely dissolved. So she knew that she wasn't just going to be there and hanging out with her mum all day. She knew she had to go back. She just said she knew within her soul. I watched these videos. I watched those type of videos rather than watching a Netflix series. I watch things like that. And do I know that actually happened with that woman and these near-death experiences? No, but if I can connect with it, I feel it in the voice and the eyes and stuff like that. I like that type of stuff. The old woman who lived in a shoe lived in the giant's boot. Professor Bulwer-Smith's channel is kind of weird. Again, the word weird and crazy is double like connotation to it. Like when you call somebody crazy, it can be good or bad. Same with weird. That is weird, but it's kind of cool. Oh, that's weird. What the fuck? That's disturbing. I'll check it out. The one that saves the day is Superman, fictional character. Yeah. You're going to wait for Superman to come and save you? Or Spider-Man who does this with his web? Puts up the devil horns? I see what you're doing, Spider-Man. Yeah, I'm not waiting for somebody to save me or inspire me. I'll inspire myself. They jack the Bible up and still do as we speak. Well, they've infiltrated. Man created religion. God created faith. Man created religion. Religion's a control tool. Churches are nonsense. Mosques are nonsense. Where do the Jews go? Oh my God, I forgot. Where do the Jews go to pray? Synagogue, is it? Like the synagogue of Satan? Okay, wait for Jesus, mate. That's fine. It's your call. Wait for him. I'm trying to get closer to him because I think he's within me. And you. I think he's in you as well. It's consciousness. Opinions of flat earth, I'm not getting into it. I just know they put globes in every classroom, so it's not a globe. I dreamed a couple of days ago that the Pope died. Probably my subconscious regurgitated some crap from all the Decoded. And usually when you dream that someone dies, the weather changes. Well, the Pope is likely to die at 86. 86 is the number that's connected to getting killed off. If somebody gets 86th, it means they get killed. So Pope will probably go at 86. Queen goes at 96. And then what's the difference? 10 years. Queen 96, Pope 86. All the 10s I've been talking about. Queen will have a funeral 10 days after she dies. Wouldn't shock me if she dies 10 years older than Pope Francis. And England played Italy in the Euros, didn't they? That finished 1-1 for another 11 in the final. Pope resides in the Vatican in Italy. Queen from England, where Freemasonry was founded. I got friends in Premier League academies. When do you think they're actually aware? I reckon, Justin, all your friends will get released within the next couple of years. How old are they? 16, 17? They'll be gone next year. 86, when somebody gets 86, it means they get killed off. Yeah, 86 is 8 miles out and 6 feet under. You get 86th. It's a term, it's an expression. I think the only people that make it in the Premier League, Justin, are Masons or have Masonic ties. So if any of your friends make it, then you've been friends with a Mason. I don't think any of them will make it, unfortunately. It sucks. However good they are. They're being used. The amount of guys I've known that have played at academies and said, I don't know how the fuck, what different academies all over England. I don't know how the fuck he made it, how he got a pro contract when he was like the 8th best player in the team. Now you know why. Oh, because they said that he was this or he was that. No, we know why these people get selected now. It's not ability. I started streaming 111 minutes ago, did I? It's hilarious. 42 likes on 4-2. I think I'm going to leave it there. But like I said, next week, guys, I won't be able to go live as often. I'm trying to do my bit for each and every one of you. Thanks to my new Patreons, I got quite a lot of new ones. A lot of people left, but it is what it is. They usually always come back anyway, like a week into the month. But those people who've just signed up to me, you're gonna enjoy my content. I promise you that. I promise you that. You'll learn a lot. All right, I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna do one code now for the NBA, and then I'm gonna enjoy the rest of the day and have a little bit of peace. Take care to you. All right, much love to all of you. Happy second day of the year. And whatever it is you're doing for the rest of the day, enjoy and learn something, all right? As soon as you're done with this live stream, go research something, learn something, or do something nice for somebody, all right? Take care. Much love. Speak to you soon. Adios.